In this lesson, we're going to focus on the code in the orchestrated CDs service. All of the code is contained in a single WAR file called cds.war. That's deployed with either Tomcat or Jetty or a comparable web server. Basically, it contains three important pieces. There's an HTML document. It's called fetch.html. We'll look at that in the next lesson. That document contains embedded JavaScript, in this case jQuery. That's basically the client. On the server side, you've got a JSP script and a backend Java bean, very much like the first example that we did. Here's a very quick summary of the image we looked at last time that showed the architecture. The jQuery client in the HTML document issues a GET request against the CD service, which issues a GET request against the W3 Schools service. That service returns XML, which is converted to JSON, which is sent back to the jQuery. As noted, we'll look in the next lesson at what jQuery does. Now let's focus a bit on the service side. The CD service code is two pieces, the JSP script, and that's very, very simple. As you can see down here, it's 2 lines. The second line is the important one for us. This line invokes the method getJSON in the backend Java bean, and that backend Java bean is an instance of the fetch.xml.java class. All of these source files are in cds.war, and the working file you're looking at is called cdscode1.txt. So we're now going to take a look at that backend Java bean. The working file now is cdscode2.txt. This consists of the heart of the intermediate service, in other words, the converter, the XML to JSON converter. The method of interest is called getJSON at line 0, and as you can see, it returns a string. That string is the JSON document. If you come down to line 1, that's the URL for the W3 Schools service. Notice, by the way, you can see from the URL at the end, cd_catalog.xml. This RESTful service is ridiculously simple. It consists of a static XML document, which is just returned upon any GET request. Once again, I'm using the URL connection class in Java because it's so convenient at line 2. So that's used to set up a connection. These details we can skim over fairly quickly. At line 3, a while loop is used yet again to retrieve the XML response line by line. Down here at line 4, there's some minor cleanup. The XML document received has a lot of single quotes in there. This line replaces those. Finally, at line 5, I'm using the JSON simple library. The jar file is included in the cds.war file. So I'm using that simple library to convert an XML document, which is lowercase first, to a JavaScript object. So the JSON object reference refers to a JSON object. Down here at line 6, however, that JSON object is stringified. In other words, it's turned into a text document, and it's that text document that is then sent back to the jQuery client. This code is fairly straightforward. It's about as minimal as you could hope for. The conversion of XML to JSON is straightforward. It's basically a one-liner in Java.